Getting to the top of Google is still a #1 priority for companies online. It's going to get you the most traffic, highest conversion rates, especially compared to running ads. Everybody sort of just goes to that first organic position. The game's getting harder now with AI and content. But if you know how to write an SEO-friendly article using ChatGPT, you're going to be that much more unstoppable online. Sit back and relax and learn how to write an SEO-friendly article using ChatGPT.
So this is our sequence that we use, and this seems to be working really well for us. And you can see here that it's formatted a certain way, and this is all very intentional and lots of trial and error. But first we give it a background. By the way, I call this prompt the priming prompt. So you're priming ChatGPT. But first we give it a background. In this case, I'm saying you're a technical copywriter who specializes in writing with white papers, case studies, and blog posts for tech companies and IT companies. You're tasked with writing a success story for YohDev's client FlowLogic. The content should be structured like a web page and with headings, listings, etc. It should be more than 750 words. This next style tab right here, I actually learned this from a conference I went to last week. It's called DigiMarcon. When you're using ChatGPT, it tends to use a lot of like similes and like these weird and you can just tell right off the bat, that's ChatGPT doing that. Well, this style right here, you should write in an assumative manner about things, never overly stating or experience, using information indirect, non-ear ways from an effect, not directly. So this whole little section right here, and then all the way down to your writing style, that's on my prompt template, I have that highlighted, so you can change that. But this right here, we keep that because that actually prevents those weird similes and those weird like Shakespeare-like adjectives that sometimes ChatGPT uses. And then we talk about tone. So your tone's optimistic, humble, informative, straightforward, and friendly. That's obviously something you can change. Confirmation's very important. At the end of each of these prompts, you're gonna wanna confirm that ChatGPT understands, and you also wanna tell it, don't write yet, because I have more requirements, and you might attest to this. If you just start writing in things and you hit enter, it's gonna just go and just do its best guess. But if you have this confirmation prompt at the end of your first prompt, it won't do it. Then the next prompt is number 2, summary prompt. So this is where you're gonna have to summarize it. And in my case, I'll have a team member or something do it, and then I'll go in and I'll edit it and make sure that we're hitting all the points I wanna hit. And this can be as long as you can get it to be. I don't know the exact word count that ChatGPT allows, but we've gotten it to where we've actually pasted in entire web pages and say, hey, this is an inspiration. Do not plagiarize, do not copy this, but this is the type of style and structure we're going for. Like if it's like the top ranking page that you're trying to compete with. So you can put that in there. So you get the summary, and then again, confirmation, same thing from previous. Third prompt is audience and objectives. So we're gonna talk about the target audience here. Our target audience is founders, marketing directors, creative directors looking to hire a dev team to help with their website or web applications. The objective, this is actually an important one that you don't, you can add to this, but I would keep exactly what's here. The goal of this success story, you can change it to post, article, whatever, but is to demonstrate experience, expertise, authority, and trust. So if you remember previously, that's what the Google algorithm's looking for. So we're gonna make sure that it's demonstrating those things. The tone should be positive and the reading level should be 5th grade. So we found that the 5th grade reading level for our users is really good, but for most consumers, 3rd grade. That's what these creative agencies that focus on content strategy and stuff, they say, yeah, 3rd grade reading level, because people are scrolling and they're trying to move quick. And as soon as they start seeing some complex structures and things like that, like they get sort of overwhelmed and just scroll to the bottom and hit back. But like if they can read it and it flows and like it's easy to read, they're gonna potentially get to the end. And the important part is keeping them on the website too, so that Google doesn't see that they're bouncing, so that Google sees, oh, this website's giving them what they want. Again, do not write, please, I have more requirements. Now this is prompts 4 and 5, because I'm gonna give it a prompt and then it's gonna give me questions back, and then I'm gonna answer the questions. I ask, do you have any questions for me to make this success story the best it can be? And then ChatGPT spit out questions for me to answer, and you can see, I'll read one of them as an example. Can you provide any specific examples of the challenges FlowLogic faced while scaling their e-commerce site? Understanding the precise nature of the obstacles can give a more dramatic context to the solutions YohDev provided. So then I gave it, real examples of challenges, and I went through and answered the questions to the best of my ability.
So did you answer the questions right underneath that?
No, I copy this. I recommend doing it in a Google Doc because preparing it, and also you can delegate to somebody if somebody's doing it for you. But most of the times I'll just copy it and put it in the next chat bubble and just answer it right there. Okay. So once we're done, I just say, please write the success story. So now ChatGPT is writing the success story, and since I prompted to say, hey, format it like a web page, we got the H1 up here. We got heading 2s, we got paragraphs. I read it through and I was like, wow, this is pretty much there. So I would just take it now into Google Docs, rework it. And then you can also take some of the stuff back to ChatGPT, have them re-elaborate on things and go into more detail. Almost like it's a second draft. So second draft comes through and it's like, hey, I want you to go into more detail here, show some actual experiences of why they called for help. And then it could turn this into maybe 3 paragraphs with some bullets and stuff. If you tell it hey, and I want bullets, it can do all that. Right now, I feel comfortable talking about it in the way that we're using it, which is the processes that I would have to do with a copywriter. Here's the background of us, here's the tone we want, here's the writing style, and then do you have any questions for me? And I'm using it like that because that's where we're getting the best results, and that's where we're saving the most time. So I don't have to hire a copywriter for our website and wait a week and then get it back and then send them a draft and then wait. I get the first draft in really high quality within seconds.